Hey guys, today I'm excited to introduce you to one of our Painters Clubhouse members, Miss Linda Dalton. Linda joined us back in November of 2024, and she's already created some really great door hangers. And we're going to chat with her today about her journey, why she joined, what she's learned, and how painting has impacted her life. I can't wait for you to hear her story. Linda, to kick things off, can you tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, and what you love to do?
I am from East Tennessee, just across the border from Kentucky. I was a teacher for 30 years. But it was time for me to leave teaching, spend time with my husband. He's handicapped from a stroke. And it was just a good time for me to leave the education field and start my adventure with him and venture out into something else. And I was looking at Facebook one day and found Tamara, and the rest is history. I decided that I wanted to paint door hangers and see what I could do. Like I was saying to her, retirement from education is not all it's cracked up to be. So you've got to supplement your income some way. And so I thought I could possibly do something along the lines of income with my door hangers. And I am also tutoring a little boy. He's in kindergarten. I never thought I'd go that low in teaching. So second grade, I said second grade was as low as I would go, but yeah. I am tutoring a little boy in kindergarten and love him to death. He's wild as a buck, but I love him to death.
So when you were scrolling, were you looking for something to do as a side income, or did this just kind of like occur to you?
I was not looking for anything.
Okay.
And then you came up and I was watching you paint and I was like, wow, I'd love to learn how to do that. And then it started coming across in my head, I might could do that.
Yeah.
And go to craft shows and, because I make crafts anyway.
Yeah.
So, and I'd been thinking about kicking up my crafts again and taking them to craft shows. And then I got to watching you and I thought, I might could do that too.
Yeah. Well, you had shared with me a little bit ago about how you've been crafting a lot since your first husband died after a car wreck in 2005. And you said your mother-in-law got you into crafting to help you overcome grief and tried to teach you painting, but it didn't quite work out. So fast forward to today. Why do you think that painting didn't click for you back then?
I really don't know why. I would try to pick up the paintbrush and it did not feel right in my hands. It just, nothing felt right.
Yeah. And maybe it just wasn't the right timing for you.
I don't think it was. I think it was the stress of school, the stress of just not having enough time to paint and paint well. And now I know that I've got all the time in the world to do it. I don't have the stress of I've got to hurry and get this done because I've got school. I've got lessons. I've got all this other stuff I've got to do. Now I've got all that off my shoulders and I've got all the time in the world where I can paint if I want to. And if I don't want to, I can go sit down and rest for a little while and then come back because my hands really shook at that time.
Yeah.
I couldn't hold a paintbrush still if I wanted to.
Yeah.
And now I don't have that problem.
That's awesome. Did you have any hesitations about coming back to painting again this time?
No.
Or do you think enough time had passed and you'd done enough crafts that you felt more confident picking up a new craft?
Yes. I felt so confident in it this time. I didn't have any hesitation whatsoever. I jumped on board. I said, we got to go get wood. I went out and bought 3 saws right off the bat. I mean, of course, my dad had a manufacturing company. He built bedroom furniture and dining room furniture for a living until he retired from it. I mean, he started out when he was young, and he built his own furniture, and he peddled it. He loaded up the truck, and he would go out and peddle his own furniture for a living, and then come back and build more and take it out and peddle it. And so I've been around all this wood and saws for a long time. And then so I said, I got to go get my saws. I got to go buy saws, and I've got to get this wood, and I know what I'm doing. I know how to do this. And so I was so excited to start.
Did your husband think you'd lost your mind when you decided to suddenly take on this whole new thing, or is he used to this from you because of all your crafts over the years?
Partly he's used to it, but he was like, no, yeah, you're not gonna make it. You're not gonna, he's like, what are you doing?
Well, I was looking at projects that you had posted in the Clubhouse since you joined. You've only been with us since November, but I saw back in December you did one of our little snow weenie door hangers. For those that don't know, it's like a little weenie dog with a little winter hat and ice skates on. And you had posted that you traced it, cut it, painted it, like start to finish, from blank piece of wood to painted door hanger. So I want to know, how did it feel after you completed that project?
That was for my stepdaughter. She has a weenie dog. And I showed it to my husband, Mike. I said, I want to do this for her.
Yeah.
And I said, I've got to, this is her Christmas present. And I said, I want to do it so perfect that she's proud of me.
Yeah.
And I worked so hard on it, even down to the lettering.
Yeah.
And because I'd never lettered before, everything that I did had no lettering on it, because I was so and I did it, and it made me feel so proud of myself. I mean, and she loved it.
Yeah.
That was the important part, was that she got joy out of it.
Yeah. That helps you feel fulfilled,
That's I want to bring out the good in other people. I want other people to see God's light in what I'm doing.
Yes, absolutely.
I prayed about it when I started it. And I said, God, if you can, because my talent, when my husband was killed, it all goes back to that. And when he was killed, I felt like my world ended. And everybody kept telling me, no, because in all rights, I should have died that day too.
You were in this accident also?
Yes, I was
I didn't realize that.
Yes. And in all rights, I should have died as well. And everybody kept saying, no, you were left here for a reason. He left you here for a reason. And I could not, for the world, figure out what that reason was. And then I married my now husband. And he is from a family of preachers. And so I had to come to Jesus. I was already saved, but, in and out of church for years. And we started in church, and I got to hearing the message of talents. And the Lord started speaking to me, and he said, you were left here because of your talent.
What are you going to do with it? Yeah.
Yeah. What are you going to do with it? I left you here. You've got a talent now. It's in your hands. What are you going to do with it? And I was like, Lord, what talent did you leave me here with? I kind of talked back to him a little bit. and so teaching was one of those talents.
Yeah.
And then I retired from teaching. And I was like, Lord, my talent's gone.
You thought you only had the one talent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he kind of said, no, you've got another talent here. And he showed me door hangers, and he showed me painting. Of course, I had the other crafting, but he has blessed me with this painting, and I'm like, if you can bless me with this painting and give me joy, I want to be able to give others joy and let them see your light through this. I don't want to just do it and let it be a monetary thing. I want them to be able to see you, Lord, through what I'm doing.
That's a big why, like a really deep why within you. And I love that you've connected to that.
Yeah. And that's all that I want, is for, others to see God through what I'm doing.
Yeah. I had a question on the tip of my tongue. Have you noticed any changes in yourself since you've started painting back? I know what you're talking about, what you want to do for others. What changes do you think it's made inside of you?
Oh, peace. I can go in there and sit down and I have peace, calm. But now don't get me started on the bows.
Yeah, bows don't bring me peace either.
If it's a bow day, you cannot anticipate peace when I come out of that room. I'm like, Lord, it's not going to be a pretty day today. But I have peace. I can go in there. Mike knows when it's when I go in there, I might say I'm going to work, but he knows that I'm going in there for, calm and peace, and I have a good time.
Yeah. What's been your favorite project you've done so far?
Oh my goodness. All of them.
All of them?
All of them. I can't just pick one. No.
You probably learn a little something with each project. So each one holds a special place in your heart because it helped unlock something new for you. Like you said, the snow weenie unlocked hand lettering for you and different things. What is another project that you can think of that helped you, feels like you unlocked something?
I look at the disco bunny. Because it taught me how to do the colors with, match the colors up.
Yeah. Picking like a color palette that works together, but then figuring out how to lay them out on the egg so that you don't have two colors the same side by side. Yeah, that's a little tricky.
Yeah. And then the frog, it was not your design, but the frog and the mushroom, that has to be one of my favorites too. And then when I had the flu, I jumped into Procreate.
Oh, really? That's awesome.
Yeah. I thought, oh, I've got to do something. I'm sick and I can't sit here. I want to paint, but my body tells me I can't go in there and paint right now.
Yeah.
So I thought Procreate. And
yeah, you can do that from the bed or from the recliner.
And so I got it, and I actually designed a few.
Yeah.
I even emailed you and asked you, what are Kentucky's paint colors and what are Tennessee's paint colors with deco art? I needed to know what two colors matched up. And so I designed a couple of Tennessee door hangers, and then I designed a house divided, Kentucky and Tennessee. So I'm working on those.
So when you post your pictures and door hangers inside the Painters Clubhouse community, what has your experience been with the kind of support and encouragement that you've received?
They are wonderful. They have the community here is just absolutely the best. There's a couple of other sites that I'm a part of, but I don't get the support that I get here.
Oh, I appreciate you saying that. I feel like it's really special, but then again, it is my baby, so.
It is, but this is coming from outside of your baby, looking in. And I can tell you right now that the support that this community has is not even comparable to others. It's wonderful. It is absolutely wonderful. And I've got a couple of memberships at other places, and I'm not even going to pick those back up. I'm like, no, because
You're all in over here, aren't you?
yeah,
I love that.
yeah.
So what are your goals for the next year? Because you've only been in the clubhouse a few months, and I feel like you've already made huge leaps and bounds. You're already cutting your own door hangers, designing your own door hangers. You're moving at light speed compared to some people who join the clubhouse. And I'm not saying that there's a right way or a wrong way. Everybody has their own journey. And that's what's so cool about this is you can start by purchasing wood blanks from us and just dabble in a little of this, or you can go full tilt and buy 3 different saws like Linda did and do the Procreate course and just do all the things. So I'm like, what is there left for Linda to do this year? What are your goals?
I have 2 shows coming up. One is in May. If I do really good with it, or even minimally good, then I'll do the other show, because she said I can wait and decide on it. If I do even minimally good, I can go ahead with it. If I do really, really good with it, then I can do other shows this year besides those 2. And I hope to be able to do more shows this year than just those 2. I love craft shows. I love meeting people.
Yes.
The thing of it is it'll be me by myself. I won't be having help, because Mike is, he can walk, but he only has use of one hand, one arm, and one of his legs is it drags, but he can walk. So, and he tires out real easy. He can walk 10 feet and he's give out. So it'll be me setting up and me taking down, but I'm for it.
That'll be really rewarding. Have you considered doing paint parties? Because as a former teacher, I feel like that is in you. We just need to pull it out.
I've thought about it.
Yeah. I think you would be excellent at it.
I've not gotten that far yet, but I have thought about it. So I'm working on it.
Well, I'll be checking back in on you to see it, in maybe 6 months or so, and be like, you still thinking about it, or are we going to try it? Because I would bet you would do really, really well with it.
There's still a lot of painting skills that I have to learn before I can do the paint parties.
I understand how you might feel that way. I do want to say, though, that the resistance a lot of people have is feeling like they don't know enough about painting in order to teach. I knew very little about painting when I started doing paint parties, but I had 3 or 4 designs that I was really confident would be easy enough to teach. And you only have to be one step ahead of the person you're teaching. And then after I'd been doing this for a little while, I'd have people show up to my paint parties who were better at painting than I was, but that didn't matter. They just wanted they wanted the event facilitated. They wanted everything there for them and to have the experience. They didn't necessarily want to be taught. They just wanted to sit down and paint. And so I don't want you to let that hold you back if that's part of it.
Okay. I'll think about it.
Okay. If somebody was on the fence about joining, maybe they're feeling like they're not artistic enough, or they've tried painting before and didn't succeed, what would you say to them?
Don't let that hold you back, because I knew nothing about painting and joined anyway. And look at what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't even hold a paintbrush when I started, and I absolutely love it. And so don't let that hold you back. That's the one.
What has surprised you most about this experience so far?
That I'm actually doing it.
Yeah.
That I'm actually, being able to do it and make them. I've even donated 2 door hangers to a silent auction to benefit a brain trauma patient who needed exercise equipment.
Oh, cool.
And the mother was raising over $10,000 to buy this exercise equipment for her child. He was in a car wreck a few years ago, and suffered brain trauma.
Mhm.
And he's the sweetest boy that you would ever meet.
Aw.
And yeah, and she was raising money. She was having a dinner and a
Mhm.
silent auction for him to raise $10,000. She needed that money to buy this exercise equipment for him. And she contacted me and she said, I see you're doing the door hangers. She said, you want to donate? And I said, I sure will. Anything to
Mhm.
help this kid. And of course, I knew her. And I wound up donating 2 of them.
That has to feel really good. You know, going back to what you were saying at the beginning of this, of wanting your light to shine and to like, you know, to give God the glory for all this. That's got to feel so good to be able to contribute to something like that.
Yes. And I thought, if I can help, I'll help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your story. It is so inspiring to see how painting has become a new chapter in your life. And I know so many other people are going to connect with your story in this journey. So if you're watching this and you're thinking that could be me, you know what? It absolutely can. The Painters Clubhouse isn't just about painting. It's about rediscovering joy, creativity, and the supportive community. So if you've been waiting for a sign to like start this creative journey, if I've just popped up on your Facebook feed like I did with Linda, this is it. Join us today and learn to paint something beautiful. Go to paintersclubhouse.com and sign up right now. Thank you so much for being here, Linda.
You are so welcome. I've enjoyed it today.
It was so great to get to know you.
Maybe we can meet on the border of Kentucky and Tennessee.
We're not very far from each other. I bet we could. All right, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.